Cooler, drier air continuing to come in on a northwesterly breeze this afternoon, and that sets up the chilliest night of the season so far later tonight for areas in western and central New Hampshire that have not seen a frost yet. Pretty good possibility you get that tonight. Well, a freeze warning is posted from northern Grafton County up through the Great North Woods tonight, where temperatures are expected to hover near or below freezing for several hours tonight. We will likely stay near or above 40 from Manchester to the coastline. So after that possibility tonight, we start a little bit of a warming trend. We'll be back into the low and mid 60s tomorrow, and 60s for both days over the weekend. The only real change behind that will be the sky conditions, which, as you can see, the clouds starting to erode up north. Otherwise, area of high pressure in control with lighter winds tonight and for most of the day tomorrow, with just a few high clouds drifting in our direction. Mid 50s to mid 60s out there this afternoon. Lows in the 30s to lower 40s later tonight with mostly clear skies. And then tomorrow we'll see temperatures work their way back between 60 and 66 in the afternoon. Some high clouds will start to drift their way in from the south tomorrow afternoon with a very light wind to go along with it. And those clouds will only increase and thicken as we go into Friday night and early Saturday. Remains debatable as to exactly how close Ian is going to be to us as far as the remnants of its moisture. Most of the maps keep the showers to our south. However, there are one or two that bring a few showers into southern areas during the daylight hours on Saturday. Once that moves by, either way, whether we get the showers or not, we'll have quite a few lingering clouds, mostly of the high variety on Sunday, and then go back to partial sunshine for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. A weakening tropical storm. It is expected to move back out over the Atlantic Ocean. Maybe just a small amount of strengthening or maintaining the strength that it is before making another landfall in the Carolinas. And again, the main threat now is the slow-moving nature to this system, only moving at a forward speed of 5 to 10 miles an hour. So that lends itself to the possibility of a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Sunshine, 55 to 65 this afternoon. There's a look at your lows tonight. Your highs tomorrow back into the low and mid 60s. A really nice day with some high clouds increasing from the south. A lot of clouds around for the weekend, no doubt about that. That'll keep overnight lows up in most cases. If we're going to see a few showers, it would be during the daylight hours Saturday, but the chances, at least right now for southern areas to see that, are fairly small, but keep updated on that because these tropical systems can move in different directions than what computer maps are actually thinking. And then we go back to fair skies and a dry stretch of weather for most of next week.